Welcome back, What She Said, listeners.
Woo!
We have seen the two weddings. We saw Stella and Philip get married. Stella and Philip. So, I mean, we've put up a couple of shorts on their wedding already. They're saying that the guests this year were a little bit more animated than previous years. And that's because it's come out that the producers wanted more drama. So they gave them all earpieces. So I can only imagine they were feeding them lines.
That explains why at least one from each one was very vocal. Yeah, okay.
Apparently that's the first year that the producers have done this. I mean, I can't speak for previous years. It's not something that I'm willing to go back and look at all of the weddings.
I'm not watching other seasons just to prove a point. You know what I did love is that one of our followers on TikTok put a comment on TikTok about Philip, and it was a picture of Borat, and it was like, "This is my life." And I had to giggle because you say it in your head in that particular voice, and I just thought that is really funny. And I was like, I'm not trying to see like a whole lot of similarities. I can see where he's getting it from though, and I thought it was hilarious. So props to whoever did that. Loving your comments, peeps. Keep them coming.
One thing I didn't like though is
in Lithuanian weddings we have this tradition. So the road wouldn't be dusty. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna drink vodka, sprinkle some salt on the dark rye.
A shot. You're gonna have a shot.
Vodka represents joy. Dark rye bread represents hardship. Salt represents abundance.
You better do it. A shot, mate.
Right? So, guys, drink your drinks.
I'm not doing it. I don't drink. That's it. I just don't do that, you know? And the reason why I don't do that is because I tell people not to do it.
He helps people look after themselves and their mental health, I guess, in that male-orientated building industry. So as part of that, he has completely changed his life over the past few years, and he has ceased drinking, and that's what he suggests to his clients.
I think all power to him. I don't buy it as a tradition if it goes against someone's wants and beliefs. I don't think you can force someone into doing something just because you believe it's a tradition. It may be your tradition, but it's not their tradition.
Absolutely. Particularly with alcohol.
And clearly, I just don't want it wasn't good enough. And I think that's the kind of culture that we've tried to change for so long now, is that if you just don't want to do it, then that's okay. To just go, no. And no is a full sentence. Do you want to drink? No. It shouldn't be followed up with why, what's wrong with you, or any other slanderous comments.
It didn't sit well with me. In fact, I was really outraged, and I was yelling at the screen, if he doesn't want to have a drink, he shouldn't have to have a drink. So I was really feeling quite passionate about that. And I'm sure a lot of people out there probably were feeling similar.
And then we had Julia and Grayson.
Some moves. I like it.
What is it? Ecstatic what?
Ecstatic dance.
I've never worked out like this before.
It was making me feel like I was on a retreat that I didn't really want to go to.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to end up. I think he's just there, he's showing up, and I just don't know with these. So I think she's too kooky for him.
Let's call her well-traveled. She's probably immersed herself in a lot of cultures. Now, Julia was the bisexual woman that we were talking about last episode. Experts said that they set their casts far and wide, and Grayson was the best match. And I must admit, I really do like Grayson.
At the wedding, my thoughts were, it's all very well and good to get married at the Sydney Opera House, but it was very, very like, why don't we just grab some BYO chairs to this event and let's just make sure that it happens in the first 15 minutes so we can get out of there without being charged.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was very povo.
It was, but everyone did mention that it was a great location, so
Yeah.
And then you wait.
It was very distracting though, having people walk past the whole time.
Yeah. You can't help to think though, that was the producers going, okay, Mafs is now recording the new season and here we are. Come take photos. Free publicity, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I really was hoping that they left the best two to last.
Yeah, take it or leave it. So that was the end of week 1, I guess, if we're considering that. Technically, Sunday is the start of week 2, I guess, but it still hasn't gripped me. It's now Tuesday. So we've had Monday night where we had the dinner party, and I expected more from the dinner party, I guess, but I'm still over Mel. I just think she needs to go. I think she's not trying. I think that she is entitled, and that's what's come across is, well, hold on, I asked for this. And can I just say, if we change the dynamic, so if we pretended that Mel was the male and Luke was the female, and if a male was icing out the partner, ignoring their partner, getting on fabulously with everybody else at the table, and then putting on this face to your partner, all hell would break loose. I just find it really annoying that she feels this sense of entitlement that she's due something because she's asked for it.
I actually really like Luke, and I think he's a bit of a catch.
Can I just say Chris redeemed himself, though? Because when he threw his arm over Luke to kind of go, I've got your back, mate, like I'm here, I was like, actually, you've redeemed yourself there. Like, his camaraderie with his bros seems very like he's got their back. What annoyed me was the mollycoddling of Mel from Rebecca. It just irritated me. It's like, I'm sorry, it's why that person doesn't need to be coddled. They're the one who's treating someone pretty poorly.
Yeah.
So you don't need to sit there and rub their back and make sure they're okay.
Yeah. Agreed.
She's not being hurt. She's not being ignored. She's not being treated poorly. It's the other way around.
Luke and Chris.
Very similar.
Very similar. I'm like, I wonder if they're related. I don't know. Probably not.
I don't think they look that much alike. No.
I don't care to dig, but I'll put a photo up. You make the judgment.
Yeah. Can I just raise one more thing though? And I want to ask you this question. What is your stance on sleeping in the same bed? Because at the honeymoon for Mel and Luke, she was very clear that she wasn't, for one, I don't think she would have given up the bed, but two, she made them scissors, paper, rock.
Scissors, paper, rock.
That was a friendly game.
No, I know you did it. I crossed my fingers.
That was a friendly game.
So get you.
Hey, be nice.
I am being nice. Get your pillow. I'm being nice about it.
I mean, it's pretty cold.
Yeah. It's fine. If we don't have a spare blanket, we've got a spare towel. So do you really even need a blanket?
What was with the shaking of the hand?
We're all on the same page. That was just rubbish.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's your stance on sleep. I feel like you both committed to doing something. It's not dating. It's married at first sight. So get in the bed and suck it up.
Yeah.
It really irritated me. And I think the same with Grayson as well. How Julia was kind of indicating the same thing, like, oh, there's only one bed. Yes, mate, you're married and you're on a honeymoon. There is only going to be one bed. You have to get over that. That's something that you have to get over. By all means, put a pillow wall up, but you have to get over that. You're married at first sight. That's the experiment.
It's really unfair for them to ask people to sleep in other beds.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And who cares about a pillow wall either? Because most people hug the edge of the bed anyway.
Yes. I don't like it. I don't like it when people make them sleep on a couch. I'm like, no. If you want separation, then you go sleep on the couch.
Yeah. I just want to talk about something that's come out. Beck put out a post on Instagram.
I've just had a phone call from one of my fellow Mafs classmates. In floods of tears, she was walking through a supermarket and someone felt that it was acceptable to walk up to her and swear at her because of what they've seen on an episode of Mafs.
I don't think that's okay. What people don't realize is, okay, yes, it's a reality TV show. It is heavily scripted. It is heavily produced, very heavily edited. What you're seeing, it's not what's happened. What's that thing when they clip
Frank
it
and
together?
grab.
Yes.
Yeah.
We might take the piss out of people, right? We're not serious by any means.
No.
We know that things go on behind the scenes. Don't feed into it and just watch the show as it is.
I think people get too swept up in reality and they think it's real. What you're seeing are real people putting themselves in real situations. However, a lot of it is pieced together and heavily scripted and heavily directed in a particular direction. Like they might say, well, you know, do you like thin girls or fat girls? Oh, well, I wouldn't have a fat girl. Like it, and that's what they take.
Yeah.
You are saying it, but you are being very much guided into saying
It's
something.
coerced.
Yes.
It's
Not
coercion.
appropriate to be yelling at people. And no, you're getting too carried away with what you consider is reality.
Yeah.
But can we move into tonight's episode?
Look, I was bored with the dinner party.
Yeah,
Nothing happened.
Yeah, look, they were really trying to push the Gia and Beck are going toe to toe. I don't know that really, look, I'm sure they were having a bit of a dick measuring competition. All I can say is if you offered me Fiji over Townsville, Danny's reaction to finding out that Gia and Scott went to Townsville is a 100% real reaction.
We went to Fiji for a week. It was so good. Oh, you guys went to Fiji for a week? Oh, it was so much fun. It was so good. Where'd you go? Townsville.
That's not scripted or guided. That is 100% a normal reaction.
I'm thinking that might be a passport issue as well. Like maybe people, you know, when you fill out your forms.
I think it's pick of the draw. I would actually like to know who, like why and who that gets divvied up, but I think it might just be pick of the draw.
Either way, it was entertaining.
It was. But apart from Mel being rude to Luke and everyone else picking up on that, and then Gia and Beck measuring up, that was really the height of it. Then Tuesday night's episode, well, that was a week of revelations.
Can I just say, they're like, this is a new week. No, it's not a new week. It's the same shit, different day. They've just called it something different. It involves the honesty questions, the audition tapes, and the photo rankings.
Yeah.
Same.
Interestingly for me, though, in Revelations week, Scott mysteriously forgot to reveal that he is still married. So that's interesting. I can't wait for that fallout to happen. But yes, what happened with those two is that they put each other first, they watched each other's audition tapes, and that was the fallout for those two. So Scott had been prompted with a question, do you want kids? I'm quite happy. I've got enough money. I can do what I like whenever I like. Well, would you date someone who has kids? I mean, if they're self-sufficient, they can look after themselves and I don't have to pay school fees, then yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That really set Gia off. That's the one thing I will say about Gia I really appreciate is she calls it as she sees it. She doesn't sit on it. She doesn't stew over it. She doesn't go and complain to somebody else about it in the meantime. She says it there and then, just like she did with her uncle when he said, oh, am I in trouble? She's like, yeah, you're going to hear about it. Let's go outside and have a chat. I really enjoy that about her. That she is very upfront and in the moment, let's talk about it. Let's deal with it.
Yeah. Well, don't go to bed angry, right?
Oh, I think they're going to bed angry on that one.
Chris needs to get tutored by that Scottish guy. What's his name? Daniel something. That likes big women and thick thighs.
On TikTok.
I can't speak for all Scottish men, but I will say this. This Scotsman absolutely loves a thicker, bigger girl. Our national sport is tossing the caber. If you don't know what that is, it's a huge tree log that we throw as far as we can and compete over it. So let's just say we really like to lift heavy things and throw them around.
He needs to listen to Daniel's videos because I think Chris is missing out.
Oh, yeah. He has an untapped audience there that he should indulge in. Look, so Brooke watched the audition tape for Chris, and we knew that was never going to go down well. So much so that she had called her sister and said, "What do you think I should do?" And she said, "Run." If that's how he's talking about women, don't even bother. I thought that was pretty good advice, if I'm
I think
honest.
that's good advice, but I don't think you would walk away from Mafs. Not this early in the game anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like these people put their life on hold for so many months that you go, you know what, if you've just set me up with exactly what he asked for, and this is the attitude that he has. And she's a model, right? So she's always coming from people who judge her on her looks. And I think that's where she's pro, don't judge a book by its character. You have to like look beyond the looks to get to know someone. I just find it interesting that he seems to blame his environment and how it was just like locker room talk, and that's just what he would say to the boys, but he would never say it to a woman. That's not erasing the fact that that's still your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yes, you may not say it, but it doesn't mean that you don't think it, and that's just how you think about what you're due, what you're entitled to, like what you like, but you're missing out on a whole lot of people who could be fabulous.
Absolutely. I almost wish they had have matched him, even with a size 14. You know,
I think he just would have then. I think he would have walked. Yeah, kind of
Such
like
a
an
shame.
Elliot at the start of last season. His things that he didn't like were very much a physical appearance, and he got a really beautiful woman who is a model, who is like something that he would probably idolize, and she was disgusted at his ugly character. You can't change character. You can change looks. That's it, right? Is he's not going to sit with the fact that there is nothing he can change about himself because he genuinely thinks that. And he's just lost someone which he considers so beautiful, and that's what he was after. He actually doesn't give a shit about the person themselves. His things were very much based on looks.
To be fair, she does have a pretty good personality. I think she's an all-rounder.
Yeah, don't you hate them, the 1%?
Yes. Beck has been friend-zoned by Denny.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think he's kind of a Dave for me. I think he's just playing along, but he's going to try and keep pushing.
I think he'll keep pushing, but he says,
I don't know, sometimes sexual chemistry you can't even explain it. That's the thing about it.
Well, yeah, you can. I looked it up. I will tell you what the definition is. Sexual chemistry occurs when you feel an immediate, powerful attraction to someone, combining physical, emotion, and mental elements. It involves magnetic pull that makes you want to be close to that person, both physically and emotionally. The attraction manifests as sweaty palms, butterflies in the stomach, and a racing heartbeat or shortness of breath. You can explain it.
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot of is it that tantric stuff where like you would sit next to each other and just like sync your breath with one another and sit on top of each other. And then just like touch, like blindfold and then touch. Like, would that not help them get to that point?
Yes, which I think the experts need to do
Intimacy week.
Yes, earlier on in the piece. So I feel like their order of what they do things are sometimes not the best.
I think Intimacy Week could be coming up quite soon because I thought it was second or third week in last year because I was like, ooh, that's a bit new.
Okay.
So it could be coming up, which actually might really help Beck and Danny.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree. I think those exercises
would help. But can we just say, are they just going with the couple that dresses together stays together? Because they both had like a white cardi thing on and blue jeans. And I was like, oh, have we planned this? That's a bit cute.
Rachel and Steve.
Yeah, not much to talk about with them, but they both watched each other's audition tapes and it came out that they've both really struggled with the feeling of being judged on their appearance.
Yeah.
So I felt like she could understand more from him and he could understand more from her, and I feel like they kind of trauma bonded over that.
I think they're going to be become one of the stronger
I
couples.
would like to see them kiss a little bit more.
They're a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
And I think his social cues are quite awkward. But so are hers. So they've been matched well as far as I'm concerned. I do think that as a couple, they'll probably be more of the more mature-minded couples.
We didn't really get into Rebecca and Steve, although I feel like that's going to fall out.
Apparently, Steve is David Beckham's second cousin.
I want to see that lineage. I don't believe it. I don't believe that. And then we also then touched on Mel and Luke again, and Luke has decided that he wants to take a break for a night and go spend some time with his friends because he is feeling like it's really draining him. It's pulling his mental health down. It's affecting him negatively. And she said that was the biggest ick she had ever heard.
I know. She's rough.
She is rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, it could be editing.
I'm still not hooked. I could still walk away from this.
Look, if it does not pick up within the next 2 weeks, I cannot stand 3 months of this. That's us craving drama.
I don't know that it is us craving drama or us actually wanting to be like I think I said this last year, like, what are we learning from this? I don't know. It could be better. Not hooked. Not hooked yet.
No, me either. I found myself tuning out of Tuesday night's episode a little bit, to be honest.
All right. Well, tomorrow at night it is red flag, green flag. So everyone has to present the red flags and green flags to their peers on their partners. So that is going to be interesting.
It looks like there's going to be a few feathers ruffled for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, that's it. We will come back to you with red flag, green flags, and we will share our red flags, green flags.
Yes.
Here's the hot tip. There's a hell of a lot of red flags.
Yeah, Mel. I mean, okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.